Greetings and salutations, my artsy friends. How is everyone today? So good, I hope. So good. I am so excited. It's one of my favorite days of the year. I know that sounds crazy. I know it does. It's all right. I love handwriting and always have. And there's this feeling that kind of comes over me. I know this sounds so crazy, but there's this feeling that comes over me when I'm writing. I don't know. Like this nice, calm, peaceful feeling. And so, I love when it's National Handwriting Day. Because I just think there's something about handwriting, isn't there? There's something about it's very individual, right? It only belongs to you. Good morning, Peg. Nobody else has your handwriting, right? I'm reminded of this story. My mother-in-law, I had done a scrapbook for her 100 years ago. Anyway, and I had copied the photo, and then I had copied the writing on the message written on the back, and I posted it right beside the photo in the scrapbook, and it stopped my mother-in-law in her tracks when she looked at this one particular page, because it was her mom's handwriting. And she said, "Oh my gosh, I haven't seen my mom's handwriting in so long." So if that doesn't bring home the fact that handwriting is so powerful, it is so powerful, because it's individual, right? It's just you. Good morning, Deb. Good morning, Susan. Good morning, Patricia. So I have so I found, this is so crazy. You guys know all the things here. If you're brand new, please follow, like, subscribe, copy, share. And if you haven't already, please do that on all the social media platforms. And then ask to join Stitch Along with Anne and Anne Corbiere-Scott Designs Facebook groups. Okay, so all you need for today is a pencil and a pen and a paper. Or you could use a pencil. Or you could use an ink pen. You can use whatever you want. I have an Anne Corbiere-Scott Designs one. Oh, look at, here's all of I cut all of my painted circles out from yesterday. That was kind of a fun activity. Okay, anyway, so all you need, I'm not kidding, is paper and a pen or a pencil, a writing implement of some kind. So did you know, this is so crazy, you guys, this is so crazy, that National Handwriting Day came about because we're celebrating John Hancock's birthday and the power of the pen. So John Hancock was the first to sign the Declaration of Independence. His signature was so bold and oversized that his name became synonymous with signature. I love that. I know, I love handwriting. I love it so much. So I have this thing that we're going to play with today, this technique that we're going to play with today, and it's called stacking journaling. So I'll tell you more about the ins and outs of this amazing day, but I thought we could start with stacking journaling. So you're just going to write a stream of consciousness. So I could just write stacking journaling, write a stream of consciousness. Okay, so there's my first letter, my first line, right? Now you're going to turn 90 degrees and you're going to write the next line here. So I'm going to say stacking journaling. And the more you do that, the more, let's say, write a stream of consciousness. And I will just tell you something. Writing this way, oh, you kind of got to stop and like, oh, wait a minute. You got to really think about it, right? Because we're used to like streaming our letters together. You're going to continue writing on top of the previous line of text and add a bit of flair as you're writing, or add a bit of flair to your normal handwriting, right? As you're writing, add a little bit like, so add some swoops or add some spikes or some curves, right? You could change colors. You could do this in colored pencils. You could do this in markers. You could do this with a paintbrush, I suppose, if you wanted. Anyway, just the art of this, you're going to be able to create your own kind of, what I think about is you could create your own background paper, right? That's all this, right? And nobody ever needs to know what you're talking about. Hi, Bran. Hi, Keels. Okay, so, I'm going to do another line. Let's see. What can I tell you about? Oh. I saw this story this morning, and oh my gosh. So, the story is about a seasonal UPS driver who made a delivery at the home. Okay, now here's the turn, Peg. You're just going to turn it like that. Of a family who just had a baby boy. He knew that. So you can, this is the thing. You can kind of play with it however you want. Do you know what I'm saying? You can write 2 letters. You can write 1 letter. Do you know what I'm saying? You can fiddle around with it in your own kind of way. He knew that because the family had a stork in their yard announcing his birth. So we could do more than 1 line, right? Good morning, Tam. Yes, I said it in the newsletter, and then I said it yesterday that I was going to have a special pop and paint party today celebrating National Handwriting Day. So can I tell you, one of the first things I noticed about Tammy is that her handwriting is like a typewriter. Her handwriting is very small. I notice handwriting. I notice my Carmen Dudley has the most beautiful handwriting. And then I noticed my Kay has the same beautiful handwriting. Palmer. Do you remember I bought that book when I was in, where was I? Albuquerque. The Palmer Method of Business Writing. And look at, oh my gosh. Did I tell you I love handwriting? I just love handwriting. I just love handwriting. Anyway. Okay, so they had a stork in their yard. And so he left a message on their Ring camera congratulating them and wishing them well. The mom was recovering from, okay, I'm going to write a bunch of lines and then I'll go back over them. From a C-section and was so touched by this simple act of kindness that she watched the video over and over. She was so touched that she shared it on Instagram. I forgot to tell you that when he left the message, he said, I noticed the sign and I wish you well. I just had a baby boy myself a few weeks ago. So she puts this message out and on her Instagram, and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And before you know it, UPS sees the message and leaves her a message in some kind of way, probably in her DMs, I would think. And so they're able to connect the two. She, in the meantime, had bought presents for his baby and left them on the doorstep with a note just in case he happened to bring another package to her house. Anyway, then they finally were able to talk on the phone, and she found out that that he and his fiance didn't have a baby shower, but she also found out his name and his baby's name. His name was Dallin, and his baby's name was Devereaux. What a commanding name, don't you think? Anyway, so she put out on her social media that she shared Dallin's baby registry. And people from all over sent packages and packages and packages. So much so that another UPS driver had to deliver those packages. And then, after the holidays, UPS offered Dallin a full-time position, which he accepted. And then he and the mom were able to meet in person. All because of a simple act of kindness. I know. I love a story. Don't you, Peg? I love a story. And it doesn't have to make any sense. It doesn't, like, it does. I know what's written here, right? That's all that matters. I saw another thing from Sarah. Oh gosh, she's on the View. Sarah Haynes. Is that right? Anyway, she told the story and about, she does these things where she says, I don't know who needs to hear this, but, and so she tells this story about a friend who said, why not today? And so it was about this friend who had was nervous. Was nervous. I'm trying to write what I say, and I start and stop a lot about trying out for a job, and then said to herself, why not today? So think about that. Why not today? Why not today is the day that you walk around the block? Why not today is the day that you, I don't know, take on a new challenge or treat yourself in some kind of way. Buy yourself a bouquet of flowers. Whatever the thing is, I just thought that was stinking brilliant. So the more that I do this, right, the more I want to just fill my whole page with this, with these stripes of these stories, right? But as I do that, I'm going to talk about about National Handwriting Day, right? So I saw this post by oh, Maisie must be acting crazy again. She just got put outside. Just a sec. I forgot my water. When she starts to act a little crazy, she has to go outside so she can run it off. And then she doesn't get that. She just cries at the door. So if you hear her crying, that's what it's all about. But it's beautiful here today, so. It's supposed to be messy, though. That's the beauty, right, Peg? It's supposed to be messy. So, I'm just going to start writing. Okay, so I saw this post about, good morning, Lindy. You have to listen to the beginning so you can hear this story. But now we're going to talk about National Handwriting Day a little bit more. Oh, we were originally talking about John Hancock. So John Hancock, because his signature was the biggest and the boldest, was so bold and oversized. If you look at the Declaration of Independence, you see his is so big that his name became synonymous with signature. I love that, don't you? The writing implement, I think it's actually writing instrument manufacturer association created this day as a reminder that even as keyboards, and I'm just writing as kind of sloppy, took over, the human, are you ready for this? Trace. I thought that was so cute. The human trace remains our most unique asset. Research shows that this, I'm telling you, when I read this stuff, you guys, I have some new ones coming out at the retreat, Deb. I do. I can't wait to share them with you. Research shows that writing by hand engages more, of the brain than typing. Leading to better idea retention. Good writing. And happy accidents in form. Don't you love that, guys? Don't you love that? I just love that. And you know, I think about going to school. Holy tamale, I was so, like, I was not a good lecture listener. I knew I had to write it down. If I wrote it down, it would stick in my brain. Okay, so here's some crazy, I love these pens too, Deb. Some crazy facts. Studies show handwriting activates, I'm trying to write fast too, more areas of the brain than typing. Kind of what I just said. It can actually improve memory and learning. Okay, here's another one. This one's crazy. The average person, oops, writes about, are you ready for this? 41 miles in a lifetime. That is the length of a marathon and a half. Your handwriting style, how crazy is this? Can change based on your mood. People write bigger and bolder when happy or excited. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Air temperature is -20 here with wind chill of -40. Holy smokes. Deb. Brrr. I know. I make a daily list too. And then I'm all disappointed and mad at myself when I don't accomplish everything. But I accomplish some things. Do you know what I mean? There's something about the act of writing, isn't there? There's just something about it. Oh, gosh. I've been blabbing, so let's take a drink. No word from Salud yet to see if they sponsored our retreat. Where am I? Okay. Now I have a really good one to talk to you about. I read this thing by an ADHD coach. They said handwriting is a superpower for those with ADHD. Writing things down boosts memory, increases focus, and even helps manage distractions. I believe all of that. Because sometimes I wonder if I have like some undiagnosed ADHD. I seriously do. Oh my gosh. And this line was the one that I was like, oh, I need that emblazoned somewhere. Writing down takes the remembering out of remembering. Right? So now I'm just going to keep. Oh, I think so. You think that I am? You agree that I have undiagnosed ADHD, Bran? Is that what you're saying? Oh, I think we are all probably on the spectrum in some kind of way. More than, I think it just was never blabbed about before. Do you know what I mean? It's so different now. But yes, like my lack of focus, I think, is my, but then I hyper fixate on things. I've listened to so many talks about it. I do. But I was telling Jeff that I think I've kind of made it work for me. I think it's what makes me a good teacher is because I will find out all the things I can find out about whatever the topic is, National Handwriting Day, and then I will, and then I want to share it all, and I want the whole wide world to know how amazing it all is. You know what I mean? So, so I'm just going to start writing all of your names. Peggy Jacobson. Debbie Pack. Tammy Ver Barnsey. Brandy Eckenroth. Lindy Barnes. Keely Bowley. Susan Bain. Who else is here? Who else is here? Who else is here? Is it everybody? No. Who else is here that I'm not writing down? Everybody say hi so I can write your names down. Who did I see earlier? Patricia Olson. Okay, let's see. Joni Travis. Right? So we're just going to keep filling, right? So we're doing something called stacked journaling, Joni. Where you write in one direction and then you turn 90 degrees and then you write on top of that. And then it's just loopy. I mean, it's, hello, darling. Brandy. You're a fine girl. What a good wife you will be. Right? So here's the thing. You can do this so many times, right? You can do it like this, right? So we wrote this way, then what if we do it this way? We could start, here we can start Dallin from Atlanta, UPS driver, right? You could just on and on and on, right? But then I was thinking, I mean, the stripes are kind of cool, right? And here's the thing. It's going to be, you're never going to know what it says, right? That, right, Peg? Change colors. Use lots of different color pens. Hello, we have all the pens. We already have that. and we have lots of paper, right? So, I hope that, oh, Cindy Adams is here. Cindy Adams, I have to write your name down. Oh, I just wrote on top of there. I didn't even, oh gosh. So we did a semic writing, a few years ago. Peg, that was in one of my art journaling classes, wasn't it? Where we studied Ty, what's his last name? Now I gotta look it up. Cy Trombley. Is that right? Yep. Cy Trombley was the person who kind of began semic writing. Anyway, so it's like a different branch of semic writing. I had a couple of different ideas for this day. And so the stacked journaling, that just sounded so fun and cool, but I saw another one too. So I'm going to show you that one. So this one, so the artist, Paul Klee. So we're just going to draw a grid, and it can be wonky. It doesn't have to be precise at all. We're just going to draw lines, vertical lines, see, look at that wonky one. Look at that wonky one. Goodness, I'm not even trying to make wonky. It just keeps happening. All right, we're just going to fill the page. I love all of these things. I love all of these ways to play with letters. So if you took my artist study classes way at the beginning of time, now we're going to draw lines in the opposite direction. All right, we're just going to make this wonky grid. Then you remember that we studied Paul Klee, and we did a painting, and this was way back in 2020. We did a painting that was inspired by one of his most famous paintings. He happened to like letters too. And so just keep making your big grid. And this can be a background paper. Right? This can be a background paper for future art journaling. Okay, one sec. This is the art journal. Do you see my mask protects you, your mask protects me. I love that. That's from my friend Bossy Jossie. And she had this, oh my gosh, she made masks, and I bought some from her. My mask, I love it. I love. Okay, so anyway, I digress. So in here is the Paul Klee painting. So the company who makes yardsticks isn't making them any longer. You are kidding around. I have a table that my dad and I made. I found this table at a yard sale for like $15. It's a big square. And when I saw it, I was like, oh, I think, that's like about a yard, right? Anyway, so then I started to get, and I had some yardsticks, but then I started to collect them, right? So, I collected them wherever, like mostly from my hometown or places in Michigan. And one time when my dad was out here, we always have a project, my dad and I. My dad and I covered this table in yardsticks. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. Okay, so here's the thing. We're going to fill the squares with letters, but we're gonna fill the square with a letter, right? Wait a minute. What did you say, Debbie? Oh my God, I just got it. Oh my God, slow on the uptake this morning. Okay, so we're gonna fill the space with letters. So P, A, U, L. Paul Klee's name looks like Klee, but it's Clay, right? L, E, E. Shush up, Brandy. So just so I'm going to continue to write what I wrote all those years ago. The right blessed days, the dark sacred nights, and I think to myself, that's the song that Jeff and I walked down the aisle from. So it was Louis Armstrong. So let's write his name. Louis. Should I write Louis or Louis? Louis. S. So you can write whatever you want to write. And then, right? You can come in, and if you did yours on copy paper like me, you probably don't want to paint it, but you could certainly colored pencil it or marker it, or do you know what I mean? B R I G H T B E See what happens? I do this deep dive and then I can't decide, and so then it's everything. I can't help myself. I can't help myself. But how I filled this one with color, we could certainly fill this one with color. And what a cool addition to our art journal would that be, right? I want to add both of these to my art journal. So what are you guys writing? I'm dying to know. Everybody take a drink. This was, yes, it was it says April of 2020. Ooh, and look at, this is the other Paul Klee book page that we did. I did this one and this one. February 13th, 2020. Ooh, we did them again, and I did this page, 6/13/2020. I remember that now. Yes, yes, yes. We studied them 2 times. This one I painted on. I painted on ledger paper, and then I kind of built this in honor of. Oh my gosh, I love that song, Deb. Anyway. Dark Sacred Night. Oh, thank you, Peg. Thank you, thank you. That means the world. That means the world. I just feel like if it makes me happy, it'll make you guys happy. Do you know what I mean? What's bumpy under that? Oh, my paper. What are you writing, Peg? You always have good stuff. How about you, Lindy Barnes? What are you writing? Oh my gosh, but I do love sunshine. I just saw something that a sketchbook page that I did about sunshine on my shoulders. I think I did it on an airplane somewhere. I know. I love John Denver. Don't you love John Denver? I found this new band. Oh, just a second. Let me find his name. The name of that new band is W-A-T. They did a remix of, or a remake, I should say, of Country Roads. Oh my gosh, it's so good. It's so good. And I can't think of the name. It's like, what? I don't know. I'll put it in the group. Did you guys watch the crayon video this morning? I could watch that over and over and over. I swear. I love that video. God bless Mr. Rogers. I was thinking about him and what he would think about all this meanness in the world right now. He wouldn't be, I don't know that he would be mad about it though. He had such a kind heart. I think he would pity them. What's the next line of your song? Hi, Valerie. I see people. I think he would be very sad. The lack of kindness. Black. You know what I was now? Are you ready? Now I was thinking, like, I love this part where it goes little to great big, right? Maybe it would be cool. What if we did a grid and the letters got like, or the lines got close and far away and close and far away? That would make a cool background, don't you think? Jeff sneezes so loud. Can you guys hear him? Mm-hmm. Eh. Saying, how do you do? Oh, I just love it, love it, love it. Ooh, the colors of the rainbow. There we go. Doesn't matter if they're in order. Where was that? The colors in the rainbow. Sorry, my noggin goes. Brrr. So pretty in the sky. It was raining here this morning. We weren't supposed to get rain until tomorrow. Oh my God, it's such a, I know there was there's a group of country artists that got together and redid it, and it's so good. Oh my gosh, it's so good. I love that. I love when artists, you know, pay tribute to a really good song or, whoops, my pen. Oh my gosh, I see trees of green. I love those letters that are really stretched out or the ones that are really tall and skinny. I love that. Because look at the E's next to each other. One stretched out, one tall and skinny. I love that. And then what colors am I going to color it in? Me too. Like the Kennedy Center, remember Peg, Keely, and you and I talked about the Kennedy Center, the Led Zeppelin one, where, I think, Ann Wilson sang, oh my gosh, I love that song. I love that song so much. It rained here yesterday for about 15 minutes and then it was over, but other areas it rained all day. Today we are sunny again. Pinks. Shut it. You know that, you know I love pink. It's my favorite color. But I'm thinking, because it talks about rainbows and trees, I'm thinking rainbow colors maybe, greens. I don't know. Because I blab so much during this class, I have like a quiet hour after this class. And Jeff knows he can't talk to me unless it's an emergency. Oh, that's so funny. If you knew us, you knew that he's kind of a quiet guy and I'm kind of a blabbermouth. So, green. Red roses too. Yeah, I know, Tam. We're cut from the same crazy cloth. I see. Them. Bloom. for me and you. Well, I hope that everybody had an amazing beginning of your National Handwriting Day, and that you write all day long. And then if it's snowy or blustery or rainy or even sunny, that you feel you do some big handwriting today. Make some background paper for your art journal. I will finish mine and I will put it in this week's newsletter. Remember, it comes out on Sundays now to start our week in the artsiest way. I adore you all, and I am so grateful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Valerie, I will put you in. Where's the other one? Where's my other one? Where's my first? Where's my... My papers are so, maybe it's under here. Yep. Here we go. Valerie Carrillo. No, I think I'm going to go shush up, Debbie Pack. Your yardstick humor. I think I'm going to play with it and post it in the newsletter. So be sure to open your newsletter this weekend. And I need to let that backdoor scratching doggy in. I adore you all. Thank you so much. I'm so glad you joined. And if you're watching this on the replay, leave your name and I'll put it in my stacked journaling. I adore you all. Thanks so much, everybody. Bye.